This is the sixth and final video on two problems that we're looking at in AP Statistics. And in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you two problems to solve. I'd like you to write down those two problems and work those out on your own and then check your answers. So here's the question. The question is let's say you live in a given city and the average temperature in July, the average high temperature in July is 78 degrees with a standard deviation of 4 degrees. And though we don't necessarily need to assume normality in all cases, let's do this way. So let's assume this random variable. Let's call this random variable J. And let's say J is normally distributed with a mean of 78 degrees and a standard deviation of 4 degrees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down two different problems. I'd like you to solve those two different problems and see if it, and before you solve them, I want you to think about the problems using your common sense and your intuition and see if you understand the common sense aspects as well as the mechanics. So question number one. Question number one, you're going to choose a day at random, a J in July in random. And I want you to find the probability that the high temperature that day, we call it Ji, is greater than 77 degrees. Now, question two is going to be a little bit stranger, right? Because question two, in a sense, what you're going to do is you're going to choose 30 days at random. Or let's think of it other ways. Let's choose a July at random, right? So here you can think about what we're going to do is we're going to choose a given day in July in this city and see what the probability of greater than 77 degrees is. And then the next question we're going to ask is we're going to choose, of all the hundreds of years of temperature data we have, we're going to choose a July at random. So July has, I actually don't know if July has 30 or 31 days. So let's use 30, June 30th, July. Let's use 31 days. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So let's say that it's like choosing a sample of 31 days and take the average monthly temperature. And I want you to figure out the probability that this average monthly temperature, let's call it J bar, is greater than 77 degrees. And first, again, use your intuition. And this is a little bit trickier here because these are not that unusual events, right? But the first one, choose a day at random and find the probability that the temperature on a given day is greater than 77 degrees. And the second case, choose a July at random. That's like taking a sample mean with 31 members of your population, or your sample, and find the probability of J bar is greater than 77 degrees. So what I'd like you to do in this problem is go ahead and work out those two problems. And then in class, we'll check our answers.